You think you're watching for fun? But what if every laugh, every binge, every scroll was engineered to keep you exactly where you are? Right now, millions of people are sitting in the glow of a screen, feeling entertained, feeling alive. But somewhere deep down, there's this quiet emptiness, this sense that something's been stolen while they weren't looking. And tonight we're going to pull back the curtain on the oldest trick in the book, the one that turned citizens into spectators and freedom into a carefully packaged distraction. You know that feeling when you finish a 6-hour Netflix binge, and you can't even remember what you watched, or when you spend 3 hours on TikTok and suddenly it's midnight and you haven't done a single thing. You promised yourself that hollow buzz in your chest, that weird mix of satisfaction and shame. It's not an accident, it's not weakness, it's design. You were never supposed to feel full. You were supposed to come back again and again, chasing a high that never quite lands. And the worst part is, you probably blamed yourself for it. Told yourself you just need more discipline, more control, but the truth is so much darker and so much older than your phone. Every time you zone out to another video, every time you lose yourself in the feed, you're participating in a system that was perfected 2,000 years ago, and it worked so well that every empire since has copied it. Let me take you back to ancient Rome, the greatest superpower the world had ever seen, an empire built on conquest, slavery, and absolute control. But here's the thing. You can't rule millions of people with swords alone. Fear only works for so long before it turns into rebellion. So the Romans invented something far more elegant, far more insidious. They gave the people exactly what they wanted. Bread and circuses panem et circenses, free food and free entertainment. The Colosseum held 50,000 people, and on any given day, they could watch gladiators fight to the death. Wild animals tear each other apart. Criminals executed in theatrical displays of power, and the crowd would cheer, they would scream, they would forget that they had no real power, no voice, no freedom because they were too busy being entertained. The poet Juvenal saw it clearly. He wrote that the Roman people, who once controlled military power and political authority, now anxiously hope for just two things: bread and circuses. And that's the trap. When you're fed and entertained, you stop asking questions, you stop organizing, you stop threatening the people in charge, because why would you fight when you're having so much fun? The emperors understood something that modern psychologists would later prove with science, that the human brain craves distraction more than it craves truth. That spectacle can replace meaning. That if you give people a constant stream of stimulation, they'll trade their autonomy for comfort without even realizing it. This wasn't just crowd control, it was psychological warfare. And it worked so perfectly that Rome stayed stable for centuries while its people slowly lost their power, their purpose, their connection to anything real. Now fast forward to today. Swap the Colosseum for your living room. Swap gladiators for reality TV stars. Swap lions for Twitter mobs tearing someone apart in real time. The formula hasn't changed, only the stage. Edward Bernays, the father of modern propaganda, understood this when he said that the conscious and intelligent manipulation of the masses is an important element in democratic society. He wasn't talking about dictators. He was talking about us, about free people who think they're choosing what to watch, what to buy, what to believe. But every choice has been shaped, tested, optimized to keep you passive. The algorithms know you better than you know yourself. They track every click, every pause, every time your eyes linger on something you shouldn't care about, but somehow can't look away from, and then they feed you more. Because just like the Romans, the people who run the platforms understand that an entertained population is a compliant population. A distracted mind is a controlled mind. B.F. Skinner proved this with pigeons. Give them random rewards, and they'll keep pecking forever, hoping for the next hit. And that's exactly what your feed does to you. You scroll, you scroll, you scroll, waiting for that one video that makes you feel something, and every so often you get it just enough to keep you hooked, just enough to make you forget that hours are disappearing, that your dreams are sitting in a notebook somewhere gathering dust, that the people you love are in the other room but you're here alone, lit by a screen that doesn't love you back. Ever wonder why you can watch 10 hours of content but can't focus on a book for 10 minutes? It's not you. It's the system. It's the same mechanism that kept Romans in their seats while their republic crumbled. The same tool that every authoritarian regime has used to pacify the masses. Give them enough distraction, and they'll never notice what's being taken from them. The pattern repeats because it works. In the 1930s, the Nazis used cinema and radio to hypnotize a nation. In the 1950s, television turned Americans into passive consumers who bought what they were told and believed what they saw. In the 2000s, social media convinced us we were connecting when really we were just performing. And now, in 2025, we're so deep in the feed that we can't even see the cage anymore. We traded arenas for screens, but the show never stopped. And the saddest part is we call it freedom. We call it choice. We say we're just relaxing, just having fun, just taking a break, but when does the break end? When do you get back to your life? The truth is, for most people, the break became the life. The distraction became the destination. And somewhere along the way, fun stopped being something you did and started being something that was done to you. Think about the last time you laughed at a meme and then immediately felt that weird emptiness afterward. Or the last time you binged a show and woke up the next day feeling more tired than before. That's not rest. That's not joy. That's the cost of admission. Because fun was never free. It cost you your time, your attention, your energy, the very things you needed to build the life you actually wanted. You gave it away one scroll at a time, one episode at a time, one like at a time, and the machine kept taking because that's what it was built to do. Not to serve you, but to extract from you. To keep you coming back. To keep you in your seat while the world moves on without you. The Romans built the Colosseum to keep the masses docile. We built the algorithm to keep ourselves asleep. And the worst part is, we thank it for the privilege we defend it. We say we need it to unwind, to cope, to survive. But what if the thing you're using to survive is the same thing that's slowly killing you? What if the entertainment that promises escape is actually the prison? You were never supposed to wake up from this. The system depends on you staying numb, staying distracted, staying just entertained enough to never ask the hard questions. But here's the thing, the moment you see the pattern, you break it. Awareness is the first crack in the cage, and once you see how the game is played, you can't unsee it. You start noticing the hooks, the loops, the little tricks designed to keep you watching just one more video, just one more hour, and when you notice them, they lose their power. You're not a Roman citizen stuck in the Colosseum with no way out. You have a choice. You always did. The difference now is that you know what you're choosing. You know what's being traded every time you open the app, every time you lose yourself in the feed. And that knowledge, that simple, uncomfortable awareness, is the most dangerous thing to a system built on distraction. Freedom isn't about quitting everything and living in the woods. It's about waking up. It's about reclaiming your attention, your time, your life, from the forces that want to keep you passive. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to do it all at once. You just have to start. You just have to look up from the screen and ask yourself, is this where I want to be? Is this who I want to become? Because the emperors are gone, the Colosseum is ruins, but the game is still being played. And this time, you get to decide whether you're a spectator or a player. If this opened your eyes, like the video and subscribe for more hidden truths.